I'm Anil Kumar and welcome to my series on the review of graphing lines. It is targeted for our grade 9 students. In this video, we are going to discuss three different methods to graph a line or a linear equation for that matter. Now, the first method will be concerning table of values. So we'll make a table of values and then graph. Second method will be using slope-intercept form of the line. I hope you remember what is slope-intercept form. It is y equals to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. And then we will use standard equation, right, for the line. So that is also called standard form, where the equation is written as ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So we'll understand how to sketch or graph lines. You don't see any graph paper here, so we are being flexible. So I'll try to draw some lines. Imagine that they are all straight, absolutely, and they extend from negative infinity to positive infinity. So let us begin by taking some examples. To make table of values, let me write equation as y equals to, let us say, 2x plus 1. To get this equation, let me take fractions this time. So y equals to, and let's take negative 2 over, let's make it complicated, plus, let us say, 7. Okay, and in this case we'll write simple equation 2x plus 3y minus 6 equals to 0. So these are our equations which we are going to graph and then understand all the three methods of graphing. Now here, what we need to do is, to graph any line, how many points do you need? You basically need 3 points because it's a straight line, and if you join 2 points also you get a straight line, but 3 is kind of confirming that those two are good enough, right? So we'll take some x values. X is the independent value on which y depends, and then we'll calculate what is y equals to. Our equation is y equals to 2x plus 1. Now the best value to take always is 0. So we'll take 0 as one of the values. So if I write 0 here, I get 2 times 0 plus 1, which is 0 plus 1 equals to 1. Let's take 1. So 2 times 1 plus 1 means 3, right? Let's take 2. 2 times 2 plus 1, that means 4 plus 1, 5. What you are going to notice is that this pattern will continue, and the common difference which we are going to get here is how much? 3 minus 1 is 2. 5 minus 3 is also 2. And that is our first difference. You remember first difference? Okay, good point to review. First difference is constant and it is equals to 2. Do you get the relation now? So the slope of the line actually represents the first difference. So it's good to know all these things while we review our concepts. And now let me sketch this. I have a very limited space, so what I will do is I'll sketch a small line here. I know that was the primary objective, but I hope you understand the steps. So on a graph paper, you should mark a good scale. Now, since we have independent variable as x, I will write x here, y there, correct? Now, x values I'm taking as 0. Then 1, 2, 3, and so on. The y values are going up by 1, 3, 5, 7 anyway. Let us say this is my 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of. So on a graph, you could have different scales for x and y. It is very important to understand that part, right? So if it is 0, then the value is 1, so this is your point. If it is 1, the value is 3, so 1, 2, 3 at 1, so you get a point here, correct? And then if it is 2, then you get a point at 5, so it is like here, which is 2. Once you get these points, you should join them with a straight line. So you should keep something with can help you to draw a straight line and draw arrows on both the ends. That is how you get your line. And this point here represents y-intercept, right? So this is your y-intercept. Let me write on this side, y-intercept. It is a point where the graph crosses y-axis, and this is always at x equals to 0. In our case, once you graph, you can find the x-intercept from the line itself, right? What do you think the value is? Calculate x-intercept. Let that be your exercise. So question for you from here is find x-intercept. So that is a question for you, okay? So calculate x-intercept from your graph. So you can graph it and do it. Perfect. Now let's move on and see how to sketch graph when the equation is given in slope-intercept form. Let me begin with a bigger graph this time, as you reminded me that real exercise is to understand how to sketch the graph, right? So as we did before, we'll make a scale. So since if I put x as 0, I get 7, and 7 is my y-intercept corresponding to b. So we'll have smaller scale this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7 for me, right? 8, 9, 10. So let us say this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. Okay, so that is my scale. And on the x-axis, let me say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, this is 5. And on this side also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5. Now of course that is 0 for us. So whenever you are given equation in the form of slope and intercept, you should begin with y-intercept. So first thing is y-intercept, right? In our case, y-intercept is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is the first point which we are considering. Now we'll do slope. Now slope, as you know, is what? It is rise over run, correct? Slope is rise over run. In our case, rise is minus 2. So what we will do is, we'll go 2 steps down. 1, 2. So we come to 5. That is rise, and run is plus 3. So we'll go 3 steps to the right. 1, 2, and 3. Once you go there, you get a point. Perfect. Mark this point. Then again you can follow the same pattern. That is to say, go 2 steps down. So 2 steps down at 3, you are 1, 2, 3. So actually it should be more further on the right. So anyways, 1, 2, 2 steps down, correct? So 1, 2, and then 3 steps to the right. So when you go 3 steps to the right, you should reach 6. Is that okay? So you're kind of here. So once you're there, mark a point, correct? So we mark that point. Once you get these points, join them with a straight line, right? So let me just join them with a straight line, and that is how you can get your line. Remember, you could also go the other way. That is to say, you can think slope as equals to 2 over minus 3. Do you get the point? Then you can go up 2 steps, 1 and 2, up 2 and left 3. So you do 1, 2 and 3. So you reach on the line. So you could get points on the other side of the line. Remember to mark arrows at the end, and there you have your line. So here also try to find the x-intercept. We know that the y-intercept is 7 for you. Now here is the last one for you. So we'll sketch the line using the standard form of our equation. The best way to sketch this line is to find both x and y intercepts. So in this case, we will find x-intercept and y-intercept. That is how you should sketch a line when the equation is given in standard form. What is x-intercept? At x-intercept, graph crosses x-axis, y value is equal to 0. If I write y 0, I get what? I get 2x minus 6 equals to 0, which is, I could rewrite this equation first. Let me rewrite this equation. It helps. We could write this as 2x plus 3y equals to 6, right? Now, what I will do? If I do y equals to 0, I get x equals to how much? We'll take 6 on this side, divide by 2, we get 3. So the x-intercept is 3 for us. Let us now find the y-intercept. For y-intercept, x is equals to 0. In this equation, if I write x 0, I get 3y equals to 6, or y equals to 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So let us say that these are our points, 1, 2. Here we have 1, 2, 3. In that case, we know our x-intercept is 3. So that is the point which is our x-intercept. Y-intercept is 2. That is the y-intercept. Joining these 2 points gives us the required line. So we'll just join these 2 points. Is that okay? Okay. So that is the line which represents our equation. 2x plus 3y minus 6. So remember, if you are given equation in standard form, finding x and y intercepts is the best way to sketch the line. So you get 2 points, connect them with a straight line. If you are given equation in slope-intercept form, first you should approach the y-intercept and then rise over run will give you successive or different consecutive points. Join them together with a straight line. For table of values, take convenient values of x and then find the points. I say convenient because if I give you this equation to plot, what values of x are good? So think about it. You are this equation, but you have to draw using table of values. In that case, x values should be what? Let me give you an idea here. I will select x values as 0 and then I will take 3 so that we don't get fractions. Do you understand? I could take minus 3 also or 6. Multiples of 3 is a good choice when you make table of values and then plot so that you avoid fractions. So that's another thing which we learned here. I hope this knowledge helps you to draw graphs. I'll provide you with few links which will help you to practice. All the best for your exams. Thank you. You can subscribe to my videos and learn a lot. All the best.